Hey y'all, what is up? What a great day to be grateful. I've learned a lot over the years, still have a lot to learn about nutrition and understanding how it affects your body. I really wanted to share that with y'all, what I do with my nutrients, how I count my calories and things like that. So I'll put like the average macros that I do right here. I really like high protein diets, especially when I'm, in the gym. If you're trying to see certain results, I don't necessarily think it's necessary to count your calories, especially if you have had issues in the past that caused you to go down like a mental health spiral because of you counting your calories. I've actually done that myself. And what I did is essentially I ended up doing a food journal. At that time in my life, I was trying to constantly lose weight. So I was doing it as more of a weight loss thing than being able to keep up with what I eat. So now I do it as more just trying to understand how my body becomes affected by food. The recommended daily added sugar value is 20 grams. That's obviously doesn't include fruit. It's just added sugars. And I am also going to try and stay around 2,000 milligrams of sodium, which is also recommended for your daily intake of sodium. It's 1938, but if you're looking for just weight loss in general, spread those meals out into 5 meals throughout the day, and essentially have about at least 20 to 25 grams of protein in each of those meals. I'll show research right here for that. I'm going to put the links to the research that I found in the description, so I'm gonna get to it. For my first meal, I'm gonna be doing some classic oatmeal. I usually do stovetop because it's just so much better, but we're about to go to the gym, so gonna hit it up in the microwave today. So the cool thing about oatmeal is it's you don't have to be a professional to make this stuff. It's a dash of salt. Plate over it. Okay, so our oatmeal finish, it honestly is way more runny than I wanted, but that's okay because I'm gonna be absorbing it a little bit. So this is Swerve. It's a really great alternative sugar brand. It will not affect your insulin, so people who are doing keto or have diabetes will use this brand a lot. There she is. Okay, so just finished my workout. I did a pull today. It was really great. So I found a little research on just a study specifically talking about your recovery intake, specifically on protein intake after your workout. This research had 2 different groups. One group either ate their post-recovery meal 5 minutes after their workout in comparison of 2 hours. And it was a combination of 10 grams protein, 7 grams carbs, 2 grams fat. There was no significant difference between the 2 groups at the end of the study. After looking over the research one more time, I did find significant difference with elderly men taking their protein intake at different times. There was a positive correlation in muscle protein synthesis with elderly men who took it more 5 minutes after in comparison to the 2-hour group. If you obsess about having your protein immediately after, it's not a necessity. It's 10 a.m. right now, so I'm about to have my second meal at 10 a.m., which is crazy because I used to do intermittent and not eat till 12, but I'm about to eat my second meal. Okay, so we seasoned this fish with garlic, paprika, and then this is some sodium-free, this is Southwest Chipotle. It tastes amazing, and I feel like everything that tastes good is there's just some negative consequence. But these have been holy grail trying to watch my sodium recently. We got some salt-free black beans and some broccoli that was also cooked in the air fryer. So time to eat. Spice this meal up a little bit with Tabasco sriracha. It does have a little bit more sodium than the rest of our seasonings, but it's 7% per teaspoon, which is kind of a lot. So I'm going to have the macros up for this meal and the sodium as well. And I'm going to eat my meal. I wanted to show y'all a few apps that I use that help me with my nutrition. So I really like LifeSum. So it keeps up with, you can put in burn calories. It's actually connected to my Fitbit. So when I do workouts, my Fitbit automatically puts it into burned calories. So I honestly have a baseline of 1,600 calories because I usually, even like on rest days, like just walking and stuff like that, it'll put those burnt calories, which ends up being about 1,800 to 2,000 calories. There are some days where I'll eat 2,300 up to 2,500 calories. This other app too, it's called Sodium Tracker, and it's so basic. So you literally press this button, you add the milligrams, and then it shows you how much you have left for the rest of the day. So if you're confused about like what even are macronutrients, it's based off of 3 nutritional variables: your carbohydrates, your protein, and your fat. So 1 gram of carbs, and also the same with protein, 1 gram of protein is considered 4 calories, whereas fat, 1 gram of fat is considered 9 calories. So it's over double. And that's why fats are usually a higher calorie food. A little less than half of your body weight is how much protein is like recommended. And there have been studies shown where people go up to 4.4 grams per kilogram of body fat, and there are no negative consequences. So if you weigh 145, you could essentially eat almost 300 grams of protein. I've always kind of stuck with at least like starting off doing high protein, just stick with 1 gram of protein per pound that you weigh. I go over all the time, and I'm telling you, it's not bad. And there is negative consequences to going over fat and carbs. With protein, there's little to none. So with all that boring stuff aside, so these are my favorite quick snacks. They are Think Thin protein bars. So I like that it has a little bit of sugar, but not a lot. And like I mentioned before, it's like recommended 20 grams a day of added sugars. And I would specifically try and stay away from high fructose corn syrup. It is the most addictive added sugar. Snacks. There's also a sausage caramel one that's really good. Fruit in general is like my holy grail when it comes to like wanting sweets. I don't know why I ever ate sweets, like sugary things, and I did. I've been through phases in my life where I like loved cookies and brownies. I don't know why, because fruit is so great. Like I love it, and it's sweet, and it's perfect. I just love it. Now, you're gonna think I'm like a kid, like a child, and that's fine. But I'm telling you, these are like my 2 favorite little snacks. Literally all it is flattened out fruit in a strip. And so this thing is 50 calories, and it's got 12 grams of carbs and no added sugar. These are, I think they're made for kids. So both of these are actually in like the kids section at Kroger. If you're like wanting gummies or fruit strips or things like that, instead of getting like the gushers that have so much added sugar, find fruit gummies that are 100% fruit. So I guess I'm like a kid and like an old lady because I also love prunes. They help you get going in the morning, you know? So they're great to have. I like to put them on my oatmeal. They're good on oatmeal, they're good on yogurt, they're good by themselves. I'll tell you my favorite snack, especially because obviously all these snacks have been sweet. You need something savory. And man, let me tell you about some cottage cheese, man. It's so good. It's so good. And my dad actually gave me the advice of putting like paprika on it. That is so good. So good. I usually like to eat cottage cheese with wheat thins or Triscuits. Anything that's 100% whole wheat, I'm a big fan of. This is reduced fat Triscuits. Like I said, I don't have anything against fat. I just end up eating it a lot quicker throughout the day. So these like reduced fats help me. And they're still still has 2.5 grams of fat per 6 crackers. So I've always loved sweet potatoes, and I always have loved trying to make them into like fries and chips. I think I have succeeded in figuring out how to make sweet potato chips, but I use my air fryer for it. Air fryers are really good at crisping, but like not drying out. You can dry stuff out in air fryers, don't get me wrong. my fourth meal, I'm gonna make a protein shake. I have ice and frozen bananas in it so far. Just some plain old almond milk. So I'm gonna do 1 scoop of this, and then I'm gonna add a more sweeter protein to it, because this stuff honestly is bad, but since I bought it, I'm gonna finish it. It's got great macros, so might as well. This is Arbonne protein powder. 7 grams of added sugar, which is a little high for most protein powders. It's not terrible, but it does help, like, it tastes amazing. So I'm just gonna do 1 scoop of this, so it's a half a serving. It's very thick. It has a very, honestly, the frozen banana helps it not be so icy from the ice. So the banana helps kind of thicken it up, more of like a milkshake material. So if you're ever craving like a milkshake, I always recommend just freezing bananas, mixing protein powder and whatever else you want to add to it. That'll be a whole lot better than just milk blended with ice cream. 10 out of 10 as always for smoothies. Okay, so on to my last meal for the day. My favorite trick to making bagels, you can pop them in your air fryer for 2 minutes on 390 to 400, and it's amazing. I decided I am gonna add an egg to my bagel. Here's my cooked egg. A little bit of that in there too. I'll try a bite. Okay, so this is the base of my dessert. It is the same thing that I had put on my oatmeal this morning. So a little addicted to this stuff, honestly. This is with a little bit of craisins. This is my favorite part of the whole meal. I have some peanut butter in here that I'm gonna melt. I know it sounds crazy, but just wait, you will see the magic of this. I added some blackberries to it. I'm gonna show you what I do with this. So I'm gonna take about 2 tablespoons, which is essentially 1 serving of peanut butter. If you have some little tricks and health tips that you really like, comment them below. I would love to see what you guys do. It's been a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. As always, bye y'all.